Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is the continuation, the new series of our HTML5, which begins. Today, I'm going to teach you something very important that you should know before kicking start. Now, if you can remember very well, last time we talked about HTML5 and we go through some list in which we mention some categories of list, which is unordered and ordered list, and so forth. Today we're going to learn HTML attributes, which are so and very important in learning HTML. Now, once again, welcome to episode 6. My name is Tony. HTML attributes are used to add more information to an element or HTML element. Now, uh, the important thing to remember in this attribute is that attributes are found in HTML tag. A tag is something like this one. An example we have here h2 or h1. This is an HTML tag. So they are found inside that. Okay, attributes only appears at star tag. Star tag is where we have this. Only this alone. That is the star tag without slash, and this is the end tag. So let me zoom so that you can see a little bit bigger. So here between the anchor bracket, which is greater than anchor bracket, and the h2, so just give it a space there or just type in. Let me give you an example of attribute so that we can know where we can put it in a star tag. I can say attribute called style. I have an attribute style, and this style can give like I can say font font size font size font size. And this font size could be large, small, mediums, or like that. But I will just give it a value in terms of 100 pixels. Let me put something here. Let me. Okay, I say I am an attribute style. Now, if I open this with live server is just so you can see this font size is too big because we have sized it. So let me put my screen into 2. Now, what we are going to have here, oh my god, I'm increasing it. Let me reduce a little bit. So that's what we call the HTML attribute. And if I remove this and put it 50, so you will also see it has reduces. So this is where we put the attribute style. Now we also say it will never start. It will never be on the end tag. That's the fact. HTML element have or can have multiple attributes. Like for example here, within this I have put an attribute style, and I can also put a class, and also I can put an ID. So these all are attributes. They can also be in um, the same tag, and there's no effect. HTML attributes are composed of a name or value pairs. The name are, for example, attribute style is a name. Number two, we have an attribute name, class, and ID. So these are an example of the attribute names. And then the values are the thing we give, like attribute style. We have the value of font size, which is 50, and then class. The value of this is will be, let me say, tonic. This is the attribute names and class. There are some attributes that can be used on all multiple or all HTML elements, though they may not have effect on some element. They are called global attributes. So, an example of an of global attributes can be content editable. It will either be true or false. So that what we have. Uh, so so that was what we call global attributes. They only have only one, but can give two outcome. Now, HTML attribute composed of of a name, equal sign, and values surrounded by quotes. Already, I have given you an example here. This is the value, and the class here, the class name class, is an attribute name class. Coming to an attribute, we have an attribute called lang, which is stand for language. Either your language is English or any other language. We have an attribute href. Now let me take some. An href could be like let me put a link which you have an href, which is an attribute name href, which is references, and I will put some value there, www dot google. Let me put YouTube. Oh, Facebook. Now this should be a link. When we click on it, it will take us somewhere. So we just put as HTTP or PS, then colon, then slash, like that. Now let me name this one as Facebook. Done. And you can see it's rename itself. It is a link. When you hover on it, you see it changes the name. The cursor change to a hand pointer. So when I click, it should take me to Facebook. Amazing, right? So this is what we call a link. A link. So that is a link. So it uses an href attributes. Then you put the link there. So it's very important, right? I believe so. We have an attribute title. An attribute title, it provides a tooltips for HTML elements. We have attribute font size, we have talked about it, class, we have talked about it. Now, a little explanation about the classes, about the attribute class ID and so forth. An ID or class attribute give references to element inside an element. For example, it gives us a reference to Facebook, as we have done it here already. Now, multiple elements can have the same value or name. I think we have done it there. An ID value should always be unique for each element. Why? It's because when we come to CSS all along to JavaScript, it will help us select element in style sheet, which is CSS, and script, which is JavaScript. And this is the importance of knowing the href. I mean the attributes and how to use. So we have already mentioned so much about this, and I hope this video will help you in one way or the other. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, share, and also comment to let me know what you think about this. Does it help you really? Let me know in the comment there, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.